Hey there, this is Heavy Leo deck profile, just one locals with it. I run 5 eggs because I run Mimis, spoiler. The Freemon's pretty much the best, and as a 5th egg, I run the Argomon. You can run 4 eggs, I think, but I think 5 eggs is really nice, and the deck does tend to go a bit later sometimes, so I think the 5 eggs is pretty good, especially if you actually find your Mimis. First up is the, I don't know how to say it, Leomon. This guy's just really good. It's pretty much like the obvious. This is the first one of the line, same as the 4 Elecmons. It's just like, yeah, as standard as it gets.
Card's good.
Yeah, card's good, do a lot, find you stuff. Yeah. Then I run 2 Hawkmons.
Spice.
You can run the vanilla Elecmons, which a lot of people do. Like, they run 4 of them, or however many they were, 3 of them. But I like the Hawkmon. You does cost you 1 more on your level 4 to digital on top of the Hawkmon. But being able to play the Hawkmon out to find more fortitudes as like another searcher versus a vanilla is really good. And the plus 1k DP is surprisingly good and has some tech in some other stuff that you'll see later. Then I run one of the Terriermon. I only play 11 rookies. If you played 12, probably put another Terriermon. Could always go more on the Hawkmons. They had the same problem. Cost more digital on top of them. But the Floodgate's useful in some matchups, so I just like it to have it there as an option. Then we get to the level 4s. 4 of the Leomon. It is a Leomon deck. It has Leomon in it. This guy is pretty good. Is the same as this Leomon, which I also run 4 of. Got to run 4 of them both. Basically, they both have the same effect, but different inheritables. The when attacking is really good. Try to get off to get to your level 5 for cheaper. 2 cost level 5s are pretty good. I think the D-Digivolve is a little better than the neg 2k DP, but 2k DP can sometimes be what you need, and they have nothing to D-Digivolve. So I think they're both pretty good. Then I run 1 of Leomon X and 1 of this Leomon. I think the Leomon X is a little clunky, but he actually has like a fortitude effect if you play him on top of a Leomon, so any of these. So if you need something fast to like, oh, I need to play something, get some fortitude or another draw, he's pretty good for that. But maybe 2 of these Leomons might be a little bit better. This one, when you attack something bigger, you can basically blast into any level 6 Leomon for 6 costs, so you get to skip over, which is really, really good. And like you get the extra DP. He's pretty good, but I like the extra utility of sometimes being able to play this one out. I think it's a bit of a personal preference call, but these ones are the main ones, the really good ones. Got to run 4 of them on each of them. Then we get to the level 5s, which is also not surprising in the slightest. 4 Loader and 4 Grap. They are both really, really good. I don't think there's much else you want to run. We don't really get anything else new, even in BT16 or later, unlike level 4s where you get the Mad Leomon and the Leomon X. These ones are really good. I think generally Loader Leomon's a bit better with the blocker effect than the piercing for the inheritable, but you have the better play effect where you bottom deck something 4k or less versus neg 3k DP, which again, it depends. If you attack going from one of these and then digivolving into this like on your attack and then dying in security and like de-digivolving and negging it is like really brutal a lot of the time because it can kill something, but just being able to bottom deck it's also kind of the same thing. But if you have the Leomons and you have that's a lot of DP neg like right there already, because that's what, 2, 4, digivolve into him and then die, so you get 6k from that. 7, 8, that's minus 10k, which is pretty brutal. And it's like if you have some when de-digivolves or from the Elecmon, from like the Leomon or from the Elecmon, then it's really brutal as well because you can de-digivolve them and then DP neg them, and it just kind of shuts down the board. Both of them really good. The blocker inheritable really good. The piercing inheritable still really good for punching through blockers. Just amazing cards. The core of the deck, basically. Then, well, I guess the real core of the deck is the heavy Leomon, right? 2 of these are alt arts. 2 portal 4. There's not really too much to say about this card. He's absolutely amazing. Like, everything he does is crazy. You get the extra checks from the unsuspend, or you get to bottom deck something. Amazing coming in. Just an absolutely cracked card. I feel a lot of the time you want to let one of your level 5s die, mess up your opponent's board, and then to play this guy on top, and then just be like, okay, I'm sealing it out, getting rid of everything, it's clear, and I'm just going to swing in and just ruin you. It's a really, really brutal combo. To add to that, I play 2 of these Mega Gargomons. A lot of the time, you're going from your level 4 to your level 5, and then you're sitting there because you're attacking in with the level 4, using the when attacking, and then you're like, cool, I attack, go into this guy for cheaper, and then you're just ending turn on this guy, and if they attack in, you go, okay, nice, Mega Gargo, and it just comes up a lot, and it's a really good threat. It's a shame, you still keep the on-deletion inheritables, but you lose the Leomon specific inheritables that give you like more DP or
Blocker.
other things like
you don't need blocker, but the piercing.
Yeah, the piercing and the block. Yeah.
What's cool is it gives the Mega Gargomon Ace some kind of counter play for when it's outed.
Yeah.
Whereas in Terry, when it's outed, it's just dead. You just lose 4 memory.
Exactly. Yeah, the 4 memory is brutal to lose. You at least get a little bit of a comeback here.
Hopefully.
Maybe even kill their ace.
Yeah. D-Digivolve or DP Neg can be very good.
Yeah. And then I run 1 Quartz. It's a green deck.
You gotta play it.
Gotta play the Quartz. He's really good. Same problem as the Mega Gargo, you lose some of your Leomon inheritables. I think a lot of time you want to go in after your heavy Leo's died, you Fortitude bring him back, and you're like, cool, I got no protection for him right now, so I'll Quartz on top and just lock down your board.
Yeah, it's just good to have, because so many matchups you'll just win with Quartz, it's very silly.
Yeah. 2 of the Mimis, as I had mentioned before, memory set is always good, and then being able to play stuff out from your breeding is really, really good. Since you sit on level 5s a lot, and even if they get deleted, they come back, she's pretty easy to activate and really be able to just push stuff out, and it turbos the deck a lot. I run 1 Tiger to lower the costs and give you more DP, and the plus 1k DP is important for a card that will come up later for working with Mega Gargomon. And then I run 2 Analog Youths. More is better, same as the Tiger. You can run more, however many you need, and whatever ratios, but I feel like the deck doesn't have the most space, since when you run the core of it, there's a lot of cards there, and if you want to run tech options and utility, there's a lot to run. So 2 Analog Youths is what I run. When they die, you get another hatch, works well with the Mimi, so you can just play stuff out and just go really fast, and to really mess up your opponent for killing you. After that, I run 3 green memory boosts. Memory boosts is really good in this deck. A bit better than trainings a lot of the time, because you're going to your level 5 with the when attacking effect a lot of the time, so it's mostly just for your heavy Leomon, and since you can't on your turn go into Mega Gargo a lot of time, well, you wouldn't want to, you want to blast with that. It's kind of a bit better to find the pieces you need, which I think is really, really important in this deck. I do play 1 training, just in case, so it can help you find tamers a little bit better. You can swap these in whatever ratio you like. But I play also 1 Heaven's Judgment. These are going to be a lot of one-of options. You can activate this really easily. You do have the green tamers, 3 green tamers, and you do have yellow cards in the Loader and the Leomon and some more, I think. So it's pretty easy to activate Heaven's Judgment and just blast your opponent. You play a lot of different colors, so it's always really, really strong. Then on that, more DP with Flashy Boss Punch. They're very similar in use to me, but I just thought run multiple as one-ofs, same as the Giant Missile. Run a lot of different options so you can deal with a lot of different scenarios. You can mix and match them, go however you like, whatever you think's better. And then 1 X Antibody. More is really good. This is pretty much just for any of your Fortitude stuff. You can just slide under an X Antibody to get another life. Don't use the one attacking effect to Digivolve and everything. Nothing is a target for that. But also being able to avoid the Source Strip, because you can't strip X Antibody, is really good against blue. More would be really, really good to run in this deck, but it's not always the best. So I think 1 or 2 is probably the sweet spot for it. maybe cut a memory boost or something for it. And then final Zubagon Punch. This card's really cracked. You really want to run more of it. A second one of this, I think, is ideal because you can just use it straight on Heavy Leo and you have Sec +1, reboot, and blocker. So you can basically just blast their face off and then reboot the next turn and still block them. It's just really, really brutal. But it doesn't work with the Mega Gargo despite him being black because he's 12k. Unless you have Tiger on board. Or you can activate it with a Hawkmon, but the problem is you don't get your unsuspend then, because he does get the 1k extra, but that's only when suspended, so it's doesn't really work with him with the Hawkmon, despite that 1k being useful. But with Tiger, you get the cheaper cost, and it activates your final Zubagon Punch, which I think is a bit of a cheeky tech, because they can expect it with this, but expecting the Mega Gargo then to Zubagon Punch you is surprising, and it basically lets you play 6 Heavy Leos and one that can ace.
Yeah, very true.
And that's the whole deck. I don't think it's anything too spicy. I think the craziest stuff is the spread of options here, the Mega Gargos and the Tiger. I think most of the stuff. Yeah. I think the defensive utility of this is really important in actually surviving and not just dying. And that's one of the big problems with the deck, that you just kind of play, really aggro. And having some good removal options on demand rather than making your opponent have to delete you is really good, because this is not always consistent to just, they just swing security and you just kind of lose. But if you have at least some tools, it's pretty good. Thanks for watching.